Okay, you can tell by how blue the light is. It's pretty dark out here. This nut has completely seized up. Actually, I think it's this plate. So this is the spindle lock. You push it in and it keeps this from turning so you can wrench it off. And I left this saw outside overnight and the humidity must have gotten in and just completely locked it in. It's a cheap Chinese blade with a cheap Chinese saw. So apparently they got married, became one. So I'm going to see what it takes to bust this loose. So leading the charge is a thin piece of ash, hard as a rock. I store my vice grips like this so the springs don't get tired. I don't know if it really matters. Maybe if somebody works at Vice Grips or Irwin, they could tell me. So I've tried everything else. I'm going to try and use these like a brake. And I'm going to double up on them so that I've got more stopping force. And you twist the end here and then it tightens up the jaw. Not too much. So you loosen it till it clicks. Got it. All right. So this is the wrench. This is a ball peen hammer. I'm going to go antique on this. So don't know if that did anything. Oh, man, it is just so frozen on there. I've put some, for anybody that's going to suggest I put some kind of like WD-40 or something on there, I've sprayed all that stuff on here. I don't know what happened, but I was hoping if I could pop this thing, it would be like an impact driver and it would come loose. I've got some rust dissolver in the basement. That might be the last hope. What I don't want to do is break these ears off trying to wrench this, kind of jam the blade and keeping it from turning. Let's get that guy off. Let's reposition like this. Classic struggle between good and evil here. Oh, that didn't work. Maybe I need a bigger wrench. I want to go get a bigger wrench. Okay, so I got a bigger croissant wrench. It's actually not that much longer than the regular wrench. Maybe it'll give me a better angle, who knows? Or maybe I'll get to see me shred my knuckles live. It's probably going to be the knuckles thing. Oh, I got it. Son of a biscuit. Oh, wow, what the heck happened? Time to do the autopsy. Before it gets too dark to see anything, my plan is to actually get some wax. I'm going to wax the washer and wax the nut and wax the spindle. Maybe just spray some WD-40. I actually used weasel whiz. It's automatic transmission fluid. and acetone. And I don't know if that saved the day. It certainly didn't pop right off right out of the gate. But I'm checking to see if there's, I mean, there's no corrosion here, so it doesn't seem like it should have, ow, should have really hung up the way that it did. Like I said, I think I'm going to be sad because I think I destroyed my mechanism here for locking the spindle. A little bit of residue here, there. So I don't know, but anyways, success. I got it off. I wanted to put in some dado sets and stuff like that. Actually, I actually need to use this because I have to send it through a bunch of burrito legs, some legs that I'm making, and they're pretty dirty. They've been outside. They got rained on, so I'm actually going to need to reuse this blade. But like I said, I'm going to get some wax and just kind of wipe it on here and make sure that this stupid thing comes off in the future. I don't know if my spindle lock is ever going to work again, but success. There you go. So vice grips. Keep this to protect the delicate throat plate area. You don't want to bust an ear off. And then just a longer wrench was enough to generate the torque I needed. So I don't know what else. I mean, this is just uncomfortable to hold too. So there's that. But you saw it here first. Hope it helps. Subscribe if you want to see more dumb stuff in the future, because there's going to be plenty, I promise you. Okay, some might ask how to avoid this. And like I said, I'm going to wax up the circular saw blade before I reattach it. But one thing is, you do want to tighten your saw blades, because the thread, I believe, is reversed. So it's like, well, maybe it's ready to lefty loosey. But anyways, if your spindle lock, if your mechanism isn't working, you just jam the teeth in as you saw. You jam a piece of wood, and then if it's not as sticky as it was, it loosens up. You know, what might have happened is I cut some plastics or something and it melted, or some sap heated up and actually stuck to the blade. But the other thing is, you do want to tighten the blade before you lock it in, because it's tightening as the teeth push. So it's going into the wood, and it's kind of, as the arbor's turning this way, the blade is kind of bouncing back and it's tightening, and then it just tears through. So if you don't tighten it when you're changing blades, you could have the blade jump back and really crank the nut tight, which will exacerbate problems like what I just had. So anyways, tighten up your blade when you're reattaching your blade, give it a snug, and then maybe some pitch cleaner. I'll scrape this, I'll definitely wax it, and then keep your blades clean, I guess. Not like that.